Hey guys, so I'm going to be talking to you about the topic of sports and exercise psychology. And I chose this topic because the subject is gaining a lot of attention and popularity in the athletic realm. And so I kind of wanted to help share some of the knowledge that I've gained and kind of help push out some of this information that really more of us should know than the average population does. And I'll be honest, the only reason I know is because I am currently enrolled in a sports psychology class at my university. So before I get started, I just want to let you know too that this information is coming from very credible sources. So I've kind of consolidated data from a multitude of sources, but it's all extremely credible and relevant in general in the realm of sport and exercise. And as I mentioned, I'm enrolled in a class, and my professor has his bachelor's, master's, and PhD, and he is a licensed clinical and sports psychologist. So a lot of the information I'm sharing with you is coming from this class and information that he's given, as well as from our book and other classes I've taken in kinesiology. So let's just start with a definition of what sports and exercise psychology is. So it is the scientific study of people and their behaviors, and then it's the practical application of that knowledge. And so for this video, I want to focus on 3 specific techniques that help reduce anxiety and stress. And I chose those 2 factors very specifically because I feel that all of us at some point have experienced stress or anxiety to some degree prior to, during, or after participating in a physical activity event. And so everything I'm going to discuss is about the influence these techniques or these psychological techniques have had on the physical performance, improving the physical performance of the participant. So the first one I want to discuss is the technique of imagery, and all of these are going to be mental exercises, psychology, in relation to psychology. So imagery is the mental exercise of visualizing, imagining a very specific scenario, and using all 5 senses to really recreate every detail or to create. And you can use it in 2 different ways. So you can use imagery in a relaxation method, and you can use imagery in a preparation method. So using imagery in the relaxation method, you want to, I'm going to use recreating an event as an example. So you want to recreate an event that you associate positive feelings with. That's very important because we attach emotions and feelings to specific events or scenarios, experiences. We associate emotions with them. So one that I like to think of is I like to imagine an image of the beach. So I like to think about, the way the water looks, the way the sand feels, the way the sun feels, maybe the way that sunscreen smells, and just kind of visualize every detail of that situation. And slowly walking yourself through this process of imagining the situation or recreating it, you learn to kind of, you'll find yourself calming. You're engaging like calm, relaxed thoughts and putting your body and your mind in a relaxed state. That's why it's important to be a positive image you're recreating. And the other side of imagery, preparing for a situation, you can imagine the event itself. So maybe what the arena looks like that you're going to go into, or what the crowd will sound like, the activity around you. Maybe You can walk through the feeling of it, like the hockey rink. If it's cold, you want to really process every detail, as many as you can, and mentally prepare yourself for this experience so that when you are there, you will be more relaxed and less anxious, and hopefully reduce your stress level overall. So that's imagery, the technique of imagery. The second one I want to discuss is meditation. And meditation is the process where, I know we've all heard of it, but it's a mental exercise of kind of focusing about being in the present. So it's very similar to mindfulness, and that's a matter of, it's a strategy to not be anxious about things that haven't happened yet, or stressed about things that have. You're just in the moment that you're in when you're working through this exercise. And with meditation, you're you want to keep in a very natural, relaxed state. You want to focus on breathing normally, maybe your eyes closed to help you relax, and just kind of focus on the current activities in that moment. So maybe your breathing and how your body's movements are when you're breathing. And it really helps kind of slow everything down to help you relax. And again, practicing these techniques outside of the activity is really going to benefit you when you are participating, because the more you practice, prepare, and the more time you've had with this technique, the more likely you are to be able to engage in that mental state of mind during the activity. And it's helping you stay focused and providing clarity so that you're less distracted and you're more likely to perform well. It's improving your performance. So the last technique I want to discuss is self-talk. And self-talk is, there are two types. So there's the idea of, there's negative self-talk and positive self-talk. And so we want to focus on positive self-talk and the impacts it has on improving performance. And so positive self-talk is essentially, it's when a person is verbalizing their internal thoughts. And so you're doing this by you're saying little positive things to yourself of what you are capable of and what you've experienced before, so you can do it now, that you're capable of achieving what's being asked of you. And that is building self-esteem, self-confidence, and self-efficacy, which is belief in yourself that you can accomplish the task that's being asked of you. And so you kind of want to really build yourself up with self-talk. That's what you're doing, and it will benefit you in the long run, because by doing that, you will see that your body physically follows what you have mentally told yourself. It's fascinating, and that's why I find psychology a very relevant subject in the realm of sports and exercise. And so we have talked about 3 techniques. I told you guys about imagery. I've told you about meditation, and then lastly, we talked about self-talk. And all 3 of these techniques will help improve and enhance performance. And they will take time, but with practice and really focusing on how to work through this technique, I'm more than positive that you will see signs of improvement. So thank you for watching. I hope you all have learned something today, and I will see you next time.